Hello out there. We are so happy you could join us today for our very last Webby in our fall series. Hasn't this been fun? We've just loved having these little power lunches with you. And if y'all will just do us a little favor, we're going to send you a survey next week to find out if these are working for you as good as they are for us. If you like this new, shorter format, will you please just take 1 minute to let us know? We'd like to produce another series of these in the spring. But before we do, we need to make sure that this down and dirty, straight to the point style is working for you. All right, so by now you all know the drill, but just in case we have any new attendees out there today, just a quick reminder, our promise to you is to keep these presentations as short as possible, right around 10 minutes or less. In an effort to respect your time, we'll hold all the questions until the end of the presentation, at which time we'll open the discussion and enjoy a little Q&A session for those of you that have time to hang around. That said, please submit your questions as they come to you so you don't forget. We're queuing them up over here on our side. All right, before we start, we just want to always stop and thank Maddie so much. This has been so fun, Maddie, and we couldn't do any of this without you. Thank you for being so generous and sharing this platform with all of us. Closing out our series with today's presentation is Val presenting Care 2 programs at the Winnipeg Humane Society. Val has been a certified professional dog trainer for 16 years and a certified fear-free professional for 2. She began her career in animal sheltering at the Nebraska Humane Society in 2004 as the Director of Behavior and Training. Animal placement was quickly added to her responsibilities within just a few years. She moved to Winnipeg in 2013, and her current title is Director of Animal Behavior and Intake for the Winnipeg Humane Society. We asked Val to tell us a little more about her role there, and she says, I'm proud to have been an active advocate and participant of many new policies and programs implemented here at the Winnipeg Humane Society. Once an open admission shelter, we now manage our intake. We implemented double cage housing for cats, woohoo, in our holding areas, and we updated our health policies and implemented enrichment programs. We've experienced get ready for this, 78% decrease in incidence of upper respiratory in cats in the shelter. In the intake department, Lost and Found works closely with cat alert groups, and their RTO rate for stray cats is 10%. Animal Intake implemented 3 programs as alternatives to surrender to the shelter: Care to Adopt, Care to Foster, and Care to Rehome. And they continue their journey to improve their care and outcome for all animals. Val, can you tell us a little bit more about those Care 2 programs?
You bet. Thanks, Mandy. I'm really excited to share our experience with these 3 programs that the Intake Department developed here at the Humane Society. We developed these programs so that we could find homes for cats while keeping them out of the shelter. The Winnipeg Humane Society is the largest animal shelter in the province of Manitoba, and we get cats from all over the province. It's a big province. That's lots of cats. The province is primarily rural, and animal control is not provided in many of the rural municipalities. And where animal control is available, they often don't accept cats. We went to double caging in the backstage holding in 2017, and our holding capacity currently is approximately 130 in our backstage and 100 in adoptions for cats. And depending upon how many adults versus kittens, of course, we can accommodate more. And we always have a waiting list. On the wait list, there are owned cats, strays from outside the city, cats from the rural municipalities. Boy, I have a heck of a time saying that. And cats from rescues that are overwhelmed. Now, we can refuse to accept stray and owned cats from outside the city of Winnipeg and owned cats from within the city. However, we do have a contract with the city of Winnipeg to accept and hold strays found within the city. And this makes managed intake very difficult. We always have to have space to take those stray cats from within the city. The Care to Adopt and Care to Foster programs were developed as alternatives to hold stray felines outside the shelter until adoption ready. Care to Rehome is for owned cats that need to find new homes. Whoops. So the process starts when a customer calls or walks in with a stray cat. We take a found report and complete a search. If no owner is found, we explain our space and resource constraints and ask for their help, and the programs are explained. If the finder is interested in keeping the cat, we explain our Care to Adopt program. The finder leaves with the cat and agrees to contact the 2 Lost Cat Facebook groups in the city and post photos and relevant information in an effort to find the owner of the cat. We also encourage the finder to check with their neighbors and post pictures in the area in an effort to find the owner. If the finder is not interested in keeping the cat but is willing to care for the cat for a limited time, we explain our Care to Foster program. The finder completes a foster application and the foster department approves it. The finder leaves with the cat and the necessary supplies to care for it until we can schedule a spay-neuter surgery and bring the feline back for adoption. We also ask the foster to help us find the owner. If the cat is owned, we explain the Care to Rehome program. The owner is prompted to complete a surrender profile online. It is submitted to us, and we add the cat to our wait list. While waiting for a spot in the shelter, the owner actively searches for a new home for the cat. If a new owner is found, the current owner calls to advise us. We update the owner information and contact the new owner to verify and offer low-cost spay-neuter surgery if the cat's intact. The new owner can have the cat spayed or neutered and vaccinated for $25. Once the programs are explained and the finder agrees to take the feline back for care, we check for ID, a microchip, and an ear tattoo. If the feline is to go to Care to Foster, it's vaccinated and dewormed. We check for general welfare, external parasites, signs of injury and illness, and take a photo for our Lost and Found page on our website. If the cat is healthy, we send it back with the finder. We provide food, litter, litter box, whatever's needed. If we can't find an owner within 5 days, the finder can become the owner if they choose. If the cat is intact, the new owner contacts our clinic to schedule spay-neuter surgery. The $25 fee covers surgery and vaccinations. In the Care to Foster situation, we arrange to take the cat back to the shelter to spay and neuter and process for adoptions. Since we implemented Care to Adopt in May 2015, over 300 stray cats have been adopted without spending a day in the shelter. The program is very popular and has been gaining momentum. It's actively promoted by our Lost Cat Facebook pages, and the word has really gotten around. With help from our community, we're able to provide a double cage for every cat we have in holding. And as a result, we have happier and healthier cats. Any questions?
Val?
Yes.
So our first question is, how much are volunteers helping run this program?
We don't, in terms of the actual program, it's not really staff intensive. So we don't really have volunteers involved other than perhaps gathering supplies for foster or to send supplies home with the finders.
And how about
we do utilize a lot of volunteers in our shelter, just not for these programs.
Not for these programs. Okay, I was wondering about maintaining that web page and the Lost and Found page.
Oh, so we have a Lost and Found page on our website. We also have in the city 2 organizations. Well, we have 3: one for lost dogs, and 2 for lost cats that actively search our stray cat pages and post on their Facebook pages, and then they have a lot of followers. So we get a lot of cats home through them.
Wonderful. I saw that 10% RTO. That's just fantastic. So can you tell us what percentage of people opt for Care to Foster or Care to Adopt?
I truly cannot tell you that. We don't track the percentages, only the number of cats that we adopt. It has been increasing, and we, rather than having to ask people if they're interested in the programs when they come, oftentimes now they're walking in with a stray cat saying, I'd like to adopt this cat. I'm interested in the Care to Adopt program. And I credit the Lost and Found pages for cats for spreading that word. And so that the finders that are posting on those pages, the moderators will be sure that they're aware of the programs if they're interested in keeping the cats or fostering.
That's fantastic. They're already informed and they already know their options, so it just makes the whole thing flow so much quicker.
It really does.
What did you say the number of intakes for cats and kittens are? We missed that part. What did you say was that number?
Oh, I didn't say the number of intake that we have, but we have approximately 4,000 per year.
Oh, wow. All right. Thank you. And where are you finding funding sources for this? How do you manage to offer $25 spay and neuter?
We applied for the city of Winnipeg with the monies that they get from cat licensing offer grants, and they're called Fix-It grants. And so we can apply for grants to cover that difference in cost between our expense and what we charge for low-cost spay neuters.
That's all the money you're saving now that URI is so far down after portalizing.
Absolutely, absolutely.
A 78% drop is no small change in care costs.
Well, and, you know, since these are, not all of these cats are from the city of Winnipeg, but the larger part of them are, so they would be coming to us anyway. So we would be spaying and neutering and, you know, putting up for adoptions, but, you know, the adoption fee never covers the cost of care. So I think these programs are probably saving us money even with those low-cost spay neuters.
That's right. That's right. Then you can reinvest. So tell us, how has social media impacted the success of this program?
Well, with those Lost Cat Facebook pages, I mean, that's been invaluable. And we promote it also on our Facebook page, so it has definitely supported the programs.
May I ask, are you doing a little bit of an ad buy on that, or are you boosting those posts, or just using Facebook?
Just Facebook, and primarily, I mean, we haven't really had to promote it ourselves. Every once in a while, if it's a slow social media week, which there aren't too many of those, we might put a piece in about it, but it's all about those two Lost and Found cat pages. I mean,
the two Lost and Found pages.
I just can't say enough as to how they have assisted us with getting cats home and promoting these programs. And also helping us keep up. They also help us and keep up to date, too, because oftentimes people will call and file lost reports. They find their cats and they never call us back to let us know they're found. But those Facebook pages, the moderators there, the volunteers there, contact us to let us know the cat's made it home.
That the cat's been returned. That's just wonderful. Mm-hmm. How effective is owner reunification through the Care to Foster program? Is it harder for people to find their lost cats if they're not in the shelter?
We're not seeing that as being a problem. I think that, for one thing, our stray hold period is 3 days. With the Care to Adopt, it's a 5-day window. So people actually have a little bit more time to search for their cats. And we, you know, are posting photos in all of the places that would normally be posted. So I really think it it doesn't cause any problems with it, it might be more helpful because we also have the finders actively helping to look for the owners.
All right, now that's our last question today. You did such a good job of explaining this program and telling us how this is preventing animals from coming in. Thank you for your time today, and thank you for sharing this quick tip with us.
Well, you're very welcome. Glad to share.
So everyone out there, this was our last mini Webby of our series. If you missed any or you want to find these in the future, just swing over to the Million Cat Challenge website and you'll find our blog post that has all the videos of this series already uploaded for you. Head on over there and you can check them out. And of course, at any time, you can visit our webinar section on the Million Cat Challenge website and find any webinar from the past that you may have missed. And just a reminder, we will be sending you a survey this week to ask how you like this and if we should keep going and if in the spring we should produce another series for you. Enjoy the rest of your lunch, everybody. Thank you again for joining us today, and thank you, Maddie.